my mother had Alzheimer's, and so actually, she had a sort of a massive stroke, which then she was sort of not conscious anymore. And then we kept the hospice vigil. It was about 7 or 8 days before she finally passed. So talking about being conscious and experiencing, well, she was not. But I mean, I feel it doesn't matter, because I feel like she was, within her soul, she was conscious and aware of what was happening. And I don't know what she was doing, whether she was reviewing her life or whatever goes on, but in my heart that we were all there, like you were just saying, giving our love, and I feel that was even enough. I mean, I don't think she needed to be, even if she was not unconscious, she was already with more advanced type of Alzheimer's, so I think the soul, I think the soul already transcends any of that. I think that I feel I asked
And the question was,
because what you said before actually kind of just honed it in, but I'm just getting confirmation. I feel like,
The soul,
she was aware that we were there.
the soul is always conscious.
Right,
Yes.
that's it.
The
That's what I was
soul's
feeling.
consciousness is eternal. It's just that the brain and the mind and the body are a mechanism in which the soul is aware of this external world and can communicate with this external world.
Right.
But the soul's always conscious.
Right.
When a person is in a coma, it's not that the soul's unconscious, it's just that their brain, their body, their nervous system can no longer, the soul cannot interface with this external world anymore because of that. And I've seen some incredible things too. I remember one of my dear sisters, her name was Kunti. She was leaving this world, and she seemed to be completely unconscious. She seemed to be completely in a coma state for many, many hours. And I was at her bedside reading some holy books, singing to her. And her daughter, just not long before she passed from the world, her daughter, she's a devotee of Krishna, and she said to her mother, Mata, that's what the word for mother in India, although they were Americans. The daughter said, Mata, I want to thank you for giving me Krishna in my life. And when she said that, the mother didn't move, but tears started flowing from her eyes. And it only happened when her daughter said that. And my mother had Alzheimer's also. And I remember I went to see her once with my father. And my father, they had such a loving relationship, my mother and father. It was quite amazing. They came to India even to meet me several times. And my father was trying to get her to say something. And she hadn't talked or recognized externally anybody for many days. There was no communication. And my father, he was telling her like jokes that they were married for 58 years. And jokes that he would tell her before they were even married. It always made her laugh. And he was trying to do everything. We're just sitting, she's sitting on a chair, somebody put her on a chair and she's like this. Her eyes were open, but she just, and he was, for about an hour, he was trying to get her to say something. He couldn't get her to say anything, and nobody could get her to say anything for weeks. And then he said, do you recognize your son? Radhanath Swami, he's the Hare Krishna. And then my mother, suddenly a big smile came on her face and she said, Hare Krishna. So that I thought that was quite significant. And after that, for several weeks, the only way my father could get her to respond is he would say Hare Krishna, and she'd go, Hare Krishna.
That's all she had to say. She didn't have to say anything else.
Yeah, I think that she was just like, why waste my time talking about all this other stuff?
That's what you need to say.
But somehow or other, you know, just that beautiful vibration, which she, as a loving mother, she knew how much it meant to me also. It just allowed that interaction. It awakened that ability to interact.